Alhamdulillah, we have seen so many aspects of editing. And dear sisters and brothers, let's head on towards the day 13th of this course with a rectification of intention. And inshallah, let's hope for barakah in our affairs with the name of Allah, with the blessed name of Allah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Come on, a quick recap on the day 12th of this course. Can you just mention what did we learn in yesterday's session? Just type in, please. What did we learn in yesterday's class? Come on, type in the chat box, inshallah. So, it was all about business, right? Business sales flyers, the sales ads, business banners, product photography, animated ads were seen. And Alhamdulillah, dear sisters and brothers, we had created 27 designs together. At least 27 designs together. Just look into the designs that we had created in yesterday's and the day before yesterday's session, right? In the day 11th, the day 12th of this course. Just look into these designs. They were so excellently put up. Single product flyers, multiple product flyers, how to take the AI generated images, how to use the podiums, how to use the cutouts, how to use the blobs, how to use various options. And just look into these. We had created some background for the big sales, something like these, right? Yes, and also some of the multi product flyers like these, multiple products or something like that if you want to add, and how you're going to add some beautiful backgrounds and how you're going to have some beautiful cutouts and more. So these were some of the things that we had created all together, right? So then we had seen how to create the same flyers into the animated format, right? So these were the animations that were created in today's class. So animated ads. And also I taught you how to add the voiceovers to these flyers, right? So that you can just put the voiceover and post it as an ad on the social media, right? Yes. So the next thing, dear sisters and brothers, though, that we had learned in yesterday's session was how to create the banners. The same flyers, you can just turn it out into a banner. How to do that? You just have to change the size, the custom size, right? From where are you going to adjust the size? You have to get the size from the client, right? Your client will provide you with the size of the wall or something like that. Then you just have to get the size into the inches or millimeters or the pixels. Okay, and this way we had created the banners, right? So alhamdulillah, and alhamdulillah, whatever you have been submitting, the homeworks are very excellently put up. MashaAllah, Alhamdulillah, dear sisters and brothers, you already have started a design like a pro, inshallah. So we'll see some of the aspects of editing in today's session as told in the WhatsApp group. Inshallah, into the day 13 of this course. Today, you're going to learn something about creation of event flyers, okay? Everything about the events, okay? What events, because this flyers occur now and then in our families or in our friends and family, right? We will get the clients, one or two clients from the family, or every other month, right? So they might be asking us to create their wedding invitation cards, or wedding, what we say, wedding, this one, online invitation cards, like digital invitation cards, they'll ask you to create. Or some of you might get the clients who will ask them to create the ceremony banners that we put up outside the function hall or something like that. Wedding invitation cards, even this, you will be approached with this, dear sisters and brothers. You'll be approached with the wedding invitation cards. Your clients will ask you to create a beautiful wedding invitation card and give it to them. Also, the t-shirt designs, okay, inshallah, we're going to learn this business as well, how you're going to personalize your own t-shirts. This business is a very quite interesting business, okay, because we have someone in our colleagues who is having this t-shirt business wherein they are personalizing their own t-shirts. Like if I usually graphic design for them. What happens is, whenever a client approaches them, they ask them to create a personalized t-shirt. And so we create the graphics and give it to them, and they print it on the t-shirts. And this is a very excellent business. Okay, even you can just go ahead if you are willing to do some businesses in this field, wherein you're going to graphic design and put up your own beautiful, what we say, outlet, the store outlet, or if not at the outlet, the online store. Even then you can just go ahead with this business type. Okay, t-shirt designing, I'll show you how you can create beautiful graphics for the t-shirts as well. Magazines, inshallah. Book cover designing, inshallah. infographics we're going to learn today, website designing as well, inshallah ta'ala. So let's see, inshallah, if we can cover this all these topics in today's class, because we are not, we won't be left out with any topics until the end of this course, inshallah. So we are taking all of the topics together so that no topics is left out till the 15th day, okay, inshallah. So let's begin. Be ready with the devices. One to listen to the session, another for the live practice, inshallah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Let's start creating the designing. And very first thing that we are going to start with is the event flyers. Okay, so you can take whatever flyer ratio you want, because event flyers with the invitation cards. If you want invitation card flyer, you can just click on the create design and go ahead with the invitation card. If it is a wedding invitation card, if you want it in the landscape pattern, you can go ahead with the landscape. Or usually we select the portrait kind of invitation cards to make it more what we say with a good feel, right? So you can just go ahead with the portrait kind of pattern. Okay, now very important thing, how are you going to select the backgrounds? Okay, how are you going to select the backgrounds for the wedding invitation cards? So for the first thing, the backgrounds are, you already, I have already told you some of the important backgrounds that you can go ahead with. You can go with elements and search for something like a rose gold. Okay, come on, write these things down. Rose gold, just look into this. Rose gold backgrounds, right? And just look into the backgrounds of the photos. Okay, these backgrounds, something like this will help you a lot when you are creating the invitation cards. Not only rose golds, I'll show you with some other colors as well. Just wait for a while, inshallah. So the colors, something like this you can just import, and if not this, you can even add some more graphics to this. Just look into this. Some graphics like this you can add here and there. Okay, graphics without any background, for example, graphics like this. Okay, just look into this. You can just create the stuffs very beautifully, yes, sisters and brothers. Come on. This is one such invitation pattern we have just added. Now, if you want, okay. Now, if you want, okay, I'll make sure it's bigger. Okay. Now we'll add another page. Come on. With the rose gold, we'll add some other stuffs. Okay, we'll add this one. Fine. This one in the base, and we want one background, beautiful background. So we can select this background. Okay. So here. You can just send this to back, or you can replace this as a background. See, something like this you can add. Okay, or else you can just go ahead and choose something like this. Fine, it's all up to you how you want to put the things out. Okay, now some more things like these, dear sisters and brothers. The flowers, if you want to add here and there, the floral backgrounds, you can type floral background instead of rose gold. Type floral backgrounds. Come on, try this. Floral. Okay, just type floral background. I want you all to write these things in your anywhere in your book or the notes, please, so that you can just remember the aspects that is being taught here. Pink backgrounds, okay? Pink backgrounds you can go ahead with, or the floral backgrounds. Just go ahead with floral backgrounds and see how beautiful you will get. Fine. So I'll just add another page. Just look into this design. For example, you can just take this and make your what we say, make your designs very special with just these borders. Floral borders you can go ahead with something called as floral borders. Okay. Okay, I'll just selected this. I'll just duplicate this over it too. I'll place it here, flip, horizontal, vertical. Okay, something like this. And also if I want to add some floral background to it, I'll add it. Okay, if I want, I'll just make sure that I'm adding this one. Okay, flip, no need of this because we already have this. If you don't want this, something like this, self creation, you can just get it over like this. Okay, okay, you can just get it something like this. Rotate it up and place it here. Come on, try these backgrounds up. Backgrounds are very important for the wedding invitation cards, right? So how to select those backgrounds, I have taught you all, okay? So see here, these things, these are called as the watercolor leaves, okay? You just have to write something called as watercolor backgrounds, right? Watercolor backgrounds. Please write it down. You'll just get to know this watercolor backgrounds are very excellent. Watercolor, just type watercolor background. These are very excellently put up, okay? Watercolor backgrounds. Just look into these backgrounds, dear sisters and brothers. They look very excellent. Set images background. This way you can grab all of these and create your, what we say, the graphics. I mean, invitation cards or wedding invitation. or whatever. For example, if you want to create it for the events or something like that. Okay, usually we go ahead with watercolor backgrounds, right? If you want to add more stuffs on this, you can go ahead with that. Also go ahead with the photos and see you'll have the beautiful watercolor backgrounds, right? See, these are the ways you will get beautiful backgrounds in hand. Okay, so come on, this is done. So I just wanted to address this topic of watercolor backgrounds, watercolor backgrounds, rose gold backgrounds, fine, glossy backgrounds. You have so many other options. Inshallah, towards the end of this session, I'll tell you all of the backgrounds together. I want you all to write it down together, fine. So then we'll just write some floral borders, okay? Floral borders, okay, and just search for it. Just look into this design, something like the graphics. See the graphics over here. How you are going to get. See something like this. If you want to borrow, you can borrow it up. Okay, I'll add this to this design. It looks good for this design. Okay, something like this. Um, or I will just go ahead with this plain one. I'll add this one to this design. Okay, floral. You can write the name of the groom and the this one inside this. Okay, all of these things will be helpful. Fine. If you want to add more such feel, something like these things. If you want to add some purplish things, if you want to add, come on, this is all up to you. How you want to organize the things, how well you want to organize the things into. Okay, if you want to keep it somewhere like this, you can keep it. It's all up to you, dear sisters and brothers. Fine. The next one. Come on, do these things along with me. Let's see, inshallah. Okay, if you want something like this as well, you can add it. Some borders like this, if you want, you can add it over. Okay. Okay, make sure it is a bit smaller. Okay, done. We'll just duplicate it out. You'll just place it here. Flip, horizontal, vertical. Okay. So see here, this also looks very classy. Something like this you can go ahead with. And come on, add some more stuffs to your designs and create it more beautifully. That's all. Is an intention where we are going to create beautiful stuffs in our design. That's all. You can add these things, but make sure it matches well with the background. Okay, make sure. Okay, this might match here because it is bluish colored. If not this, at least this would match here. Sky blue color. Yes, in this way, make sure you're creating a beautiful flyer. Fine. If you want, make it put it here. Something like this. Look into the designs, how well you have created it, right? So this is called as designing. This is called as graphic designing, wherein you are going to put your skills and also in your way of thinking into the picture and creating the steps very beautifully. Fine. Okay. If you want to write the groom and uh, bride's name inside this, you can even go ahead with that as well. Or else go ahead and search some of the steps and add it over. Whatever you want, something like this if you want to add. It's all up to you, fine. It's just what we say. Something that I just wanted to put up. Okay, for example, even if you want to put something like these, somewhere here or there, yes, you can do that. Okay, these are the borders that you can use. Go ahead. You have so many options, dear sisters and brothers. So many, hundreds of thousands of. Okay, utilize it until you find everything excellently going. Okay, so now let's begin. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We have more such. I'll just tell you at the end of the session, towards the end of the session, okay, about the backgrounds, inshallah. So we'll just make a simple invitation card. Can we just head on to something like this one? Okay, let this be our design, right? Or this one. Okay, let this be our design. I just wanted to make it simple. Or if I wanted to complicate it, we can complicate it further. But if I wanted a simple one, let's see. And this will go well. Okay, fine. I'll just keep it here. I want to add more such borders. Let's see if you have borders and frame, just the borders for entire. Or else you can just go ahead with the frame, floral frames. Simple frames, you can grab something like these ones and add it. If this is too complicated for you, delete it up, okay? Don't complicate things around, or if do not make it messy, okay? Do not make it look messy. Create it very beautifully. Fine. Let it be a very thin border, kind of thin border. Okay, this also looks good. I can grab this over. I'll just place it here too. Yeah. Okay. Else if I want, I'll just add it towards the edge and place it like this. Okay. Something like this can also be put up, right? So we can even delete this something that is here if we don't require this. Okay. I'll just add this over itself. Okay, it's all up to you how you want to manage the things. And if you don't want this, change it. Okay. Do not settle for the content that you do not like. Remember that. Okay. I usually have a way that I don't just settle down if I feel like it's not good with my content. So make sure do this very excellently. Okay. Okay. I just want simple lines. Let's see if we have a simple line without any messing up. Okay. I'll just take this simple line. Just put this over. That's all. Okay. We'll just write the content now. No need of further what we say delaying because we do not have much time. We have much topics to cover. So we'll just begin with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Bismillah. We'll just take this Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. A simple invitation card we are going to make. Okay, then textual content and then bride and groom name. You can even write, you even have something like if you want to write usually on the wedding invitation cards, hopefully you have seen A and yes. If the bride name is A, if groom's name is yes or something with starting with this, they usually add something like this. Yes, you even have these stuffs on the what we say on the this one, Canva, dear sisters and brothers. So this ones you can just use it very excellently. Fine. So I'll just select this up. You can just add this A and S somewhere here, somewhere there, or in the center itself if you want to write. Okay. So all of this will be very helpful for you. So this stuff. So remember about these things as well. Okay. So if you want, you can just go ahead with this thing. Okay. If you're going to create a wedding invitation with what we say the reel, or what we say if it is not a just what we say if it is not just a single invitation card, if you want to create multiple 3 to 4 pages, then you can even for the first page you can add just A and yes, on the next page you can just go ahead with adding the actual cards, right? Actual card field. So we'll just add this over. Well, A and S will just add here, and for the next page, duplicate the page. For the next page, what I'll do is I'll remove this A and S. We'll just add the stuff that we had started off with. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We'll take Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Then we had something like this round shape. I'll just grab that over itself. Okay. We'll add the textual content. And textual content, make sure the textual content is always handwriting kind of, right? Because whenever you are writing for this one, dear sisters and brothers, for which one? For the invitation cards, usually this one should be textual content should be handwriting, right? Everything should be handwriting kind of to make it italicized and more. So usually we prefer going ahead with handwriting. I will start with play pen. Okay, content is all yours or the clients or something like that. If anyone has an upcoming what we say wedding in your families, you just can gift this wedding invitation cards to your families and friends. I mean to your relatives. Fine, you can just send it to them so that they'll use it as a what we say as their digital invite cards. Fine. So together with families you can just mention the bride and groom's name, or we'll just write this thing. We'll ungroup it up. We'll, instead of heritage, this one should be the bride name or the groom name from whichever side you're writing it for. You can go ahead with that. Bride. For this exclusive, I'll just write weds. Groom name. Okay. Something like this you can go ahead with, right? Okay, then what else can you do? You can just write the content. It's all the content now. Content is all yours. Again, I tell you, it's all yours. To make your design look more perfect, you have to have a beautiful content in hand, right? So make sure everything goes well. like this. If you want to place, if you want to place it here, groom here. And also this you can rotate it. If you don't like it this way, you can rotate it like this. If you want to write it in this regard, it's all up to you, fine. And then we can just write together with families, a bride with groom. So bride and groom, this both invite you to join our nikah ceremony. I invite you to, I'll just write the short forms. Textual content is all yours. Join our nikah ceremony. Nikah ceremony. On, okay, on, okay. Okay, now you have to write the date and date and date, date and day as well as the month and more. So you have 2 to 3 ways of doing that. Okay, so you can just create the lines. Okay, how you can just go ahead with is you can take the shapes. Okay, I'll just show you some ways that you can start off with. Come on, I'll take this line. I'll just reduce the PT of this line to 1 PT or 2 PT is fine for me. 2 PT. I'll just duplicate this over. I'll place it a bit here. Downwards, fine. Duplicate it over. I'll place it somewhere on this side. Again, I'll duplicate it over and I'll place it somewhere exactly here. Okay. So yeah, this way you can create a beautiful date kind of what we say bar. You even can create it horizontally or vertically. This is horizontal. You can just create it vertical as well. I'll just add it here. Let it be Tuesday. Something like this. You can write it inside Tuesday. And then you can write the day, and also you can write the what we say 3 p.m. or whatever the timings. You can write it here 3 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. or whatever. 3 p.m. I just wanted to teach you how you can create uh this stuff, date and day stuffs. For example, here you can add at the center, you can add the date. I mean the 25th. Let me just write 25th. 25th, and then if you can even add the month over there. So where are you going to add the month? You can just add 25th in a bit uh, bigger manner, and then you can just write the um, write the month in smaller way. September or October. October, bigger one if you want. You can write it, make it smaller, and place it perfectly above it. Okay, and also duplicate it if you want to even write the year 2024. You can even go ahead with that 2024. So yeah, this way you can just maintain or make your own um, day or date symbols. And now you just have to add the venue. Okay, a venue. So you just can duplicate if you want to this one. Duplicate this, place the venue here. Venue. I'll just write ABC Ceremony Hall. Ceremony Hall. Okay. As simple as that. Okay. It's just a simple card that we have made, yes, sisters and brothers. Now we can add more floral stuffs if you want, or whatever for this if you want. Dear sisters and brothers, it's all up to you. Fine, if you want to add more such stuffs with the pink stuffs or something like this, if you want, you can add it over. If you want to make it more what we say with more such things, you can just add it over. Fine. If not this, go ahead with something else and add it over. It's all up to you. Fine. So this way. Okay, if I want, I'll just carry this downwards. Okay, something like this. Right. So now, dear sisters and brothers, you can even change the colors to this. For example, you can go ahead with the styles, and now you can go ahead with the color palettes. Okay, you can even add some beautiful colorings to this. See here, something like this. Brownish, you can give it a feel. You can give it a feel of pinkish colors, right? So the color palette, you see here how beautifully the color palette works, right? Have you all just seen this thing? Try it all around, inshallah. You will love this thing. If you want to make it bluer, it's well and good. And also for this one, If you want to change it to some other colors, you can go ahead. If you want to add more florals, you can add it. Now, for these things, if you want to make this into a video, dear sisters and brothers, this is just an invitation card that we have made, single page invitation card. You can add more stuffs to this as well. It's not yet completely done. Yes, right? So you can just add more stuffs to this. For example, you can add some more florals to this. And if you want to change the background colors as well, you can start with the simple backgrounds as well. If you don't want this background, you can start with the colored, simple colored, white colored or something like that, and change the color of the backgrounds. Fine. So this is one such or two such. You can even go ahead with something like this. Okay, now if you want to create a video out of it, for example, I'll just animate the stuffs that are here. Animate, page animation. We'll just go ahead with animate button. And there are so many new animations that are added here, sisters and brothers. Okay, inshallah, we'll show you in the video editing sessions. Okay, we have some beautiful animations like this. Okay, something like this, something like this. You can animate. And okay, let's see what goes well with this page animation. Block. Okay, block is better. Okay, and for the first page, I think we can just add simple wedding invitation kind of writing. I'll just duplicate this page itself. For the first page, let it have simple textual content wherein it will be written like wedding invitation. Ungroup it. Wedding invitation. Okay. Now, if you want to make a video and send it to your friends and families about this was invitation card, you just have to add more stuffs to this. So how would you do that? You just have to animate this again. Okay. Now when I play this up, okay, I just want to play from here itself. Okay, where is it? Which page number? Do not remember. Okay, probably somewhere here. Okay, let's go ahead from there. Okay, let me play this up and show it to you. It was somewhere from this one. Okay, so when I play this, it starts ahead with this. Okay, something like this. Just see your invitation, and then you will get the next page in hand, and then the next page. You can add a beautiful nasheed behind together with families, and then you can just end this invitation card. So this way you can create a digital invitation. Hopefully you have understood this. Hopefully you did this along with me, right? So 3 pages invitation card is done. So how beautifully we created that, right? So done. So one invitation card is done. Okay, Alhamdulillah. You can just create few more invitation cards if you wish to together now itself. Or you can just, okay, I'll just make one party invitation, okay? I just want you all to do this together with me. Any event invitation or any party invitation. Any kind of event invitations. One is wedding invitation, that's done. Okay, let's start with a party invitation card or something like that. So we'll just make a simple party invitation flyer. So for that, I just want some blobs. Okay, I'll take some blobs. We'll create it with the blobs, blobs. Hopefully you have understood what are blobs, right? Because I have told you in the previous sessions what are blobs. Blobs are irregular shapes that can be added in a design, and you can make a beautiful design out of it. Something like this, something like this you can add, like these you can add. Okay, it's all up to you. Something like this if you can add here and there. Venue if you want, you'll write it here. And this, if you want something to be written, quotes to be written, you can add it inside this. If you want more stuffs, you can just click here and add more to this. Fine, these are called as blobs. Fine, hopefully you have understood. Blobs are irregular shapes. Fine, these are something called as strokes, brush strokes. You can even go ahead with this, something like these. Or we'll just place it here, we'll place this. Okay, this is same as that, right? So we'll delete it up, we'll take something else like this, we'll add it over here. Okay, it's all up to you how you want to put it here. Okay, we'll just write what are the stuffs that are required to the parties, and then we'll just carry down the other content. Fine. We'll just take this one if I want. Okay. I think I'm just preferring this over other things always. So we'll just put it over here. You are invited for, okay, I'll just write office party here. Office party. Just an event at an office. Okay. Then I'll just make sure I'll just take this over. And if I want, I'll write the what inside this? I'll write the timings inside this 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, textual content. Make sure the spellings are right. And here, what I'll add the venue. Where is it held? Something like that, or the date, venue, and even the date. Okay. You can even, dear sisters and brothers, add more stuff to this, the party stuff. So you can go ahead with the element and just search for the party in your elements. Party, P-A-R-T-Y. Okay. Over here, you will be having so many beautiful party kind of feel. Okay. Something like this, if you want to add here and there, you can add it over. Okay. So make sure whatever you're grabbing or putting up here, dear sisters and brothers, that should well align with the things that you're putting up. Okay. This one, or if you want to add these things over here, somewhere here, you can add it over. If you want to add this stuff somewhere here, you can add it over. Or okay, you can add the backgrounds, comic backgrounds. For this, comic backgrounds will help to be put up very excellently. Okay, so I think we can go ahead with comic background for this. Comic background. Okay, I'll take one simple background. Let's see. This one I'll take. I'll add it at the back, send it to back. Or what I'll do is I'll just put it up like this. Okay, layer it up backwards, layer, send it to back, and make sure, I want to make sure that the colors are changed. Okay, colors you can change using this one also, what we say, something like this you can go ahead with. Or for the background color, you can put some other color. For example, you can just put some other color like this blue and add this over like this. Now the colors you can change using the color palette, fine. Simple ways how you can create your own beautiful backgrounds. I'll just go ahead with the color palette now. See here. And we'll just change it over colors. Just look into this design, dear sisters and brothers. This way you can just maintain the consistency in the coloring and create it beautifully. So something like this. Okay, settle down until, do not settle down until you have a good finished product. Okay, so do not make it more clumsy with unwanted colors. Okay, this looks preferably okay. If you want to change this over again, you can just press and you can change it. Fine. This is simple party invitation that we just generated using the blobs. Okay, I just wanted to do it with the blobs with the irregular shapes in hand. Okay, if you want to add more such stuffs, you can add it and create it very beautifully. No need of black, I think. Let's change it again. You need to have lots of patience, but we are short with time, so we'll just stop here. I mean, now the coloring is all yours, so make sure that you add a beautiful color, right? Okay, you just have to stay back to add the colors to this. That's all, right? We'll just skip to the new page. Okay, and now if you do not prefer using this, dear sisters and brothers, you can even go ahead with something with the designing. Go ahead with something with the templates, and in templates you have very excellent templates in hand. Whichever party invitation you want, whichever invitation cards you want, you have it here. Okay, so for example, graduation ceremony cards is here. Invitation cards are here. Whichever you want, you can go ahead with. See here, even the Islamic patterns. Okay, usually for the Muslim invitation cards, Islamic patterns are used. So make sure you're using the Islamic pattern, something like this. Okay, this hopefully you know what are this. These are Islamic patterns. You just can go ahead and search Islamic patterns because this are all taught in the session. So I didn't try to use it. You can use the Islamic patterns, fine. And also see here the dates, and this one is put up inside a bar. Okay, this one is already what did we say about it? It's a label. Okay, labels. You just write labels, you'll get it. So two labels are used here. One big label is used here. Date is put inside this, and this is that. That's all. There's nothing more like more stuff's added to this. And see here, it's all the same. It's all the same. Bordering and two this were used, and one simple borders here. It's something like this, and everything is all the same. Okay, so this way you can create and just look into the design. Get the inspiration from other designs, dear sisters and brothers. For example, if you want to create another event invitation, I'll just add this over. Okay, now I just want you all to customize this to something like, okay, you are invited to. Okay, I'll just write the takmeal session. That would be the last day, inshallah, of the design like a pro. On Tuesday, inshallah, you have to be present for the last day, for the final day of design like a pro. For the final day, simple invitation I just want to create for you. Final day of design like a pro, and then we'll just keep it a bigger one, pro. And for this one, let me just put it a bit downwards. It would be October 28th, inshallah ta'ala. 28, 2024 would be your last class, inshallah. That would be a meal session, inshallah, at ordinary time, 3:30 p.m. inshallah. 3:30 p.m. So anywhere, it's on Zoom meeting app. Okay. So how was this created using the template? What is all put up here? Just the balloons. There's the blobs, balloons, and these are, or even the half tones you can add something called as half tones, and some blue background is used here. Okay. And so this way you can just create the cards. Okay. I'll just write signing off with EDU-SITE. Okay, this way you can just customize. So remember the very first day we started off with the templates, and this also we have customized with the templates. We did not make use of the templates till now, right? So we were not we were just doing everything from the scratch, mashallah. So alhamdulillah, dear sisters and brothers. So this way you can generate a beautiful flyer. So for example, even if you want to create some ceremony banners, if you have got the clients who wanted to put up something like their themes, if they want to put up like, okay, at that time also you just have to go with the elements and go ahead with the banners. I'll just create one simple a ceremony banner, because recently I had got to create this for a child's akika. So we just have created it in something like they told us the theme like stars and the moons with the theme. So we'll just go ahead with the theme itself. Stars. We'll just add it to the frame. Make sure you're using the graphic. The beautiful stars, you can add it here and there. Okay, it's all in white, I guess. So we'll just put it here itself. Then we'll see how to change this over. Okay. So just add stars somewhere here. Okay, we'll add the star somewhere here. Um. Okay, then moon. I just wanted the moon was the theme. So then it was a boy baby, so we just can go ahead with. Okay, we'll take this moon. Simply creating now, just to show you how you can just do it according to the theme of the ceremony or something like that. Okay, now if it was so we'll just go ahead with blue backgrounds. We want it because it's okay. I'll just select this one itself, so we'll just add that image's background. Fine. So this way we can maintain the colors. And then okay, stars and moons and already done. Now we can just go ahead with whatever the stuff you want to write. Okay, textual content. Add a text box. I'll just take this over. We'll just add it here. Okay, this was created as a banner. Okay, I just wanted to have so they were asking us to create it as a banner. ABC family. Okay, we'll just add welcomes you all. It was put up I mean outside the function hall. Welcomes you all to the. Okay, make sure the textual content font is small. Welcome to all to the um even this should be smaller, not as big as the. Okay, we can just give ahead with Akika ceremony now. We can just take this if we wish to. With this one, we can ungroup both of it. Ceremony. Okay. Instead of this big, we can write Akika. Okay. We can just write it like this. And then we can just write it of home ceremony. We can just ungroup this over. Okay, this is simple ways we can just create the steps, fine. I'll just write Abdullah. Mm. Make it more childish, okay? Make it more childish using the handwriting kind of feel, right? So, so make it feel like it's a kid's uh, function, right? Okay, the colors is all using the color palettes. Go ahead with the color palettes, and also font combination you can change, but we just don't need. See, and this way you can change. And also, if you want some effects to be added, some light effects, something like there, if you want to make it more childish or neon effects, whatever effects you want, dear sisters and brothers, you can add it over. Okay. Hopefully, I've understood. So now you can just convert this itself into a banner. How to convert it? You just have to make sure that you're resizing it to the custom size. Custom size. Now the client will tell you what is the size. Height is, for example, height is 50, and the width would be around 30. Okay, it's not 30 mm. It is inches. If they'll tell you, you just have to copy and resize it. That's all. This will be resized into this design of 38/50 inches. Fine. So in this way, it will be resized within seconds. Fine. So this is all up to you. You can just go ahead and open the next file. So this is how you create the banners, event banners. Fine. So alhamdulillah, we are done with the event flyers. We are done with the wedding invitation cards. We are done with when we are done with party invitation. We are done with ceremony banners as well. Okay. If I want to see all of these steps, how to project this, you can just open it up again and you can project it or download it and see. Okay. So now I'll just show you how to create the t-shirt designs. Fine. How to create the t-shirt designs. Okay. How to create the t-shirt design. So we'll just go ahead with something like create a design. Okay. You just have to start with t-shirt. Fine. T-shirt. Just here, there's only one ratio for the t-shirt, 14/18 inches. You just have to open this up. Okay. It will be a square format itself, but that should be put up on the t-shirt. Fine. So how to put that up or how to take this up? For example, this is a very excellent thing that you have. You have so many distributors on Amazon and Flipkarts wherein they are actually customizing the t-shirts and giving it for you. Usually, I use these things to gift my cousins or my relatives with something with t-shirt designs. Fine. So what I do, I just create some beautiful designs for them with themed up. For example, okay, recently I created it for a kid who was very curious who was very interested with the cars. So we just added some cars feel, and then just I created a simple, what we say, simple t-shirt design. I just send it over to the designer. Remember, whenever you're going to send it over to the designer, you have to send it in the format of you have to send it in the format of um you have to send it in the format of PNG with a transparent background. Okay. So simple designs, whatever you want, send to back. Okay, there's a question. You do not have layers with this one. How to do that is, sister, you just have to click on this three dot button. Okay, over there you will get a layer. If you are with a smartphone, then there is something called as position. Okay, whenever you click on something uh, on your on your, what we say, bottom of the page, you will have the options like position or the layer or something like that. When you click on that positioning, there is something called as layers and align. There are two things, align and layer. Over there you will find that option of layer, fine, or aligning, something like that. You just can align it forward or backward, that's all. Okay, try it out, inshallah. Something like this if you wish to add. Okay, so this is the car field, and then I just added it with this one, and added something like a path, and then I just added a beautiful naming for that. I mean, I just named it, gave the name, personalized the name, like the name of the boy. I just mentioned there, that's all. Fine, you can even go ahead with that kind of field, or whatever, whichever way you want to gift to your cousins or whoever is, or kids in your family or something like that, on any event or something. You can just go ahead with that. You can just write the text box, take the text box, write it. Okay, I'll just write Umar. Okay, let me just, so what did I do was, for this I just applied some effects, shadow effects, lift effects, okay, and some beautiful effects. I'll change it over. I'll make it a bit better with the display fonts. Okay, something like this. A hollow would be preferable, I guess. Hollow. Okay. Okay, then I can just add it over something like send to backward layer, send to back. Okay. So what else can I do with this is I can just reduce the transparency for this one, duplicate this over, place it a bit above this, increase it in transparency, duplicate this over, increase it further in transparency. I think I click the back button. Okay, just get back in a while. Okay, page can duplicate this over, place it like this. And for this last one, we can just add effect of no, let's say, okay. I can increase the transparency for this. Okay, something like this. And all of this that are behind, I think we can just go ahead with filling up this one, right? Yes, instead of this, it looks too, what we say, clumsy. So it has more, what we say, um, thick, thick bordering. So the hollow, I just want to reduce thickness. Something like this I can do with a thin hollow. Fine, hollow you can reduce. Thickness you can reduce, so that it doesn't look too clumsy. Fine. So just stylize it according to your needs, according to your ways that you want. Fine. Simply, I just wanted to make a feel of, okay, this will give a good feel. Duplicate. So just add this over here. Something like this. Okay, this is what exactly I wanted to show you. Fine. So something like this. 2 to 3, tripling it up and putting it around. That's all. So this way, I've created a t-shirt design. This is my t-shirt design. How should I send it to my, what we say, to the distributor or whoever is printing this? You just have to go ahead with the PNG, remember, and then transparent background. With the transparent background, this will go well with the t-shirt. Okay. Alhamdulillah. Okay, you just have to download this version. Within seconds it will be downloaded. Now when you send it to your, what we say, whoever is personalizing this t-shirts, what you have to do, you have to just send it over to them, that's all, right? Once you send it, what they'll do is they'll send a mock-up copy. Okay, mock-up copy. How they'll generate that mock-up, do you know how they'll generate it? They'll just go to the apps, they'll just go ahead with the mock-up. Okay, they'll just go ahead with the mock-up. You know how they will generate and say that this is finalized version? This is how they do it. They generate a mock-up. Okay, open it over. I want you all to do this along with me. Fine. Any apparel, just look here. We have hundreds of apparels. Okay. Whichever t-shirts, they'll ask you what kind of t-shirt do you want? Half sleeve t-shirt, full sleeve t-shirt, which color t-shirt also they'll ask you, right? So for example, if they'll tell, if you have told that you need a hoodie with this thing written, so you just with the full sleeves with this thing written, Then they'll just grab this over. Okay, see how beautifully they'll do that. Okay, I've downloaded the image, right? In front of you, hopefully you have seen that. So this one, they'll send it to you. Okay, upon this, they'll add the, what we say, something that we have just downloaded from the gallery. We'll take it with the transparent background. We just have downloaded it, right? We'll just take it over, add it over to this. Okay, that's all. Okay, then what else? What else, dear sisters and brothers? What else is left out? Okay, they'll ask you even the color of this t-shirt. For example, you don't want this t-shirt in this colors. And also if you want to increase the size, okay, just see here. You have to increase it in this regard. Perfectly matching up with the screen size. Okay, printing the t-shirts is very excellent business, dear sisters and brothers. If you think of doing it, you can just start off. You can see it on the YouTube videos and more. How easily you can do that. And see here, the color of the t-shirt they'll ask you. Okay, color of the t-shirt, if they want it reddish, you can go ahead with the t-shirt color as red color and apply changes. So within seconds, the color of the t-shirt will change, and that's all. Right? If you want the color of the t-shirt to be something blackish, apply changes. So beautifully you can change and create the graphics, and you can now send it to your client. Right? So this is how you generate it. Fine. Okay. So alhamdulillah, we are done with the t-shirt designing as well. One last thing. Okay, this is done. The last thing. We'll just go ahead with a book cover design. This is also an excellent art, book cover designing. Okay, you can even put this gig on the Fiverr application or somewhere. You can just have this gig, book cover designing. Okay, usually what happens is the authors will give you with a book name, book title. They'll tell you this is the book name. Then what will happen? You just have to design the book cover for them and give it to you. Okay, so you can go ahead with the Fiverr application or the Upwork application, and you can just write your gigs over there. Book cover. You have so many book covers like this. Whichever book cover you want, you can design. Or for example, if you want to design a book cover with the, what we say, with a topic. For example, your client has told you the topic as pearls of wisdom. Okay, so pearls of the wisdom is the topic of the book, and you just have to ask what is included inside that. So if they tell you that inside the book it's all about the quotes of the salaf, okay, aslaf. So what would you do? You just go ahead with the same, what you say, pearls kind of feel, and then you want some Islamic wisdom kind of feel, right? So Islam, you just can write. You want a beautiful background, right? Islamic background. So we'll see if you have beautiful Islamic backgrounds. Islamic backgrounds. Make sure it has something like these things, okay? Islamic background. Instead of this, let us just grab only this one. Or whatever. Pearls of wisdom. What goes well with that feel, you can grab it over and put it on the frame. Islamic backgrounds. Let's see. Okay, I think we can just go ahead with this one. No. Okay. Also, whatever you feel like goes well with the book name, we can go ahead with that. Pearls are added here. I can just write pearls of wisdom. Or if you want, you can take the Quran there. Okay, Quranic background also is preferable, but make sure you're having it done very beautifully. Replace the background. Okay, pearls are lying here. This is better. Okay, now you can just add the textual content. Add a text box. Write the name very excellently. Okay, name of the book. So we'll just write pearls, and then we'll just go ahead with the second pattern of wisdom. Wisdom. Okay, we can change the colors later, but we'll just put this here. And then anything about the compilation, who has compiled this, so what about everything, you can just write, or this one you have to write, right? I'll just try keep it here. Write compiled by, compiled or written by, compiled by whoever has written this book. I'm not sure. Okay. Moreover, I had compiled a book with this name, so I just have this name. Or I have a book that is compiled with this name, Dear Sisters and Brothers. So I just selected this name for time being. Okay. And for example, I can group this over. You can align these things in the center. How to do that? Go ahead with something called as position, and you can just center it up, something like this. Okay. Even the center alignment if you want to give. Okay, and also if you want to write more about the book, you just have to write it here, right? Hopefully you know that. You have to write it here. How are you going to write that? And this is also left aligned. Make sure it's center aligned. Okay. You have to write about what are put up here, quotes of okay. Now colors. Go ahead with the color palettes. Black and white if you want, black and white. Done. So how beautifully we just have took pearls of wisdom, quotes of self compiled by Hama Michelle. Something like this. Pearls are lying here and there. Okay, this also looks so great, right? So this is just a book cover. If you want to change the cover page, you can even go ahead with that. You can design the book covers. This is also through which you can have a beautiful, what we say, you can just gain a beautiful audience by serving this with the plans. Okay, we're putting all this over with the clients. Okay, alhamdulillah, dear sisters and brothers. We are done with this. So one last thing for today, infographics. Okay, we'll just go ahead with infographics and then inshallah we'll just get. So how to create infographics. You know what are infographics? Can you tell me what is an infographics? Anyone here? Okay, let me just write infographics. Usually Dawa pamphlets are put up inside the infographics, all the infographics, like steps. If there's something like steps of doing this work, doing that work, then that is being put up inside the infographics. 5 steps, 6 steps, so the types of something. Then that is okay. One pamphlet having all of the things put up. Okay, that too very beautifully. Just look into the infographics that are here. Okay, you can even create such infographics so easily. How to create? I'll just show you one simple, if possible. We'll just go ahead with creation of, okay, planets in the solar system. Just simply planets will type. Okay, we'll just arrange the stuffs in a straight line. For example, we'll just go ahead with this moon and something like this. Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. If you have all the 8 or 9 planets, that's well and good, because we can just write it all around. Fine. So, or we can just go ahead with one by one planet written here and there. So we'll just grab one after another. We'll just take one here for writing the, what we say, Mercury, and then we'll take another for the Venus, another for the Earth, another for something like that. In this way, you can just have a beautiful, what we say, infographics done, wherein you can just write the stuff that you want to put into. Fine. So this is just an example that I wanted to give you. Okay. Then if you have Mars, just put a Mars over here. Okay, something like this, and you just can write it like with the graphics, with the labels. If you want to write, you can write it. Okay, one example from here. Just see here. Layers of atmosphere: exosphere, thermosphere, mesosphere, stratosphere, troposphere, something like this. Okay, for example, steps of Salah. If you want to create it for the steps of Salah, steps of something. Okay, that infographics I put up very excellently. See here, something like this. If you want to put the steps of Salah or something like that, you can just customize this itself. Okay, these graphics itself, because all of these are pro ones. You can just customize this and put it up very excellently. Fine. You have so many Islamic infographics that are here. Hopefully, you have seen the Dawa pamphlets. They actually put this up in the Dawa format. Usually like the uh, 5 pillars of Islam, something like that. See, even the steps of Salah is already here that we have told you how to perform Salat for kids. See how beautifully the infographics are. Okay, this way the infographics are created. All the info in one frame if you want to put. steps, usually this is taken with the steps. Okay, if there's something like the steps put up for the work, then you can just create the stuff very excellently. Fine. So alhamdulillah, we're done with all such topics for today's session, and inshallah in tomorrow's session we are going to see the rest. Okay, I'll just confirm whether we are done with all the topics. Just a moment please, so that I'll just look into the WhatsApp group whether the topics that we had to cover was done. Wedding invitation, t-shirt design, book cover design, magazines. Okay, magazines is also that easy topic. You have at hand. Usually in the magazines format, dear sisters and brothers, what you have to do is you have to have multiple pages, 30 to 40 pages, 20 to 30 pages. You know, magazines, there are 620 magazines that are put up here. All are pro and all are easily accessible for you. You just can go ahead, and if you are looking to create a magazine or something like that, you can just go ahead with these magazines and create. Even the newspaper things, you know, newspapers, if you want to have the newspapers made, you can do it with this Canva itself. You know, no newspapers you can create, whichever newspapers you want, you can go ahead with. See, a newspaper, you can just go ahead with whichever newspaper you want, sustainable fashion, daily newspaper, sports newspaper, whichever newspapers you want, you can go ahead and edit and create a beautiful newspaper of your own. Okay, so this way, these are the different ways that you can go ahead and create the steps. Fine. So alhamdulillah, we're done with all of the topics for the class. Alhamdulillah. And okay, one last thing I told you already. I just want you all to take a notebook or something like that and write these things over. Okay. I just want you all to take a note about all of the background names that I'm telling you. Come on, please do this, because these are the pro things that you all have to know. Okay. Backgrounds. Just write the background names, whatever I'm telling you. I just want you all to make sure you are taking a note about it. Okay. See here in the backgrounds, I just want you all to start with geometric backgrounds. Geometric. Come on, please try this. Geometric. Just write geometric. You will have the shapes as well as the backgrounds. You know, once you take the geometric backgrounds in the form of the photos, these are geometric backgrounds. Okay. Once you take this, okay, you can combine this with the geometric graphics. Okay, you have to write this over, please. Make sure you're writing it somewhere, because being a pro designer, you have to know, because if you're going to serve your clients in the future, you have to know these aspects here. You can combine it with the geometric graphic. Fine. You can reduce the transparency. Something like this you can go ahead with. Fine. So geometric backgrounds with geometric graphics. Fine. Okay. The next thing, metallic. You have superb metallic options. Come on, just see here. Metallic backgrounds. You know, metallic backgrounds and metallic illustrations, metallic, what we say, elements are also very excellent. Even the backgrounds as well as elements. Something like this background, if you want to combine this metallic background with some of the graphics, the metallic elements are so superb. Something like this, if you want, you can put everything metallic on the frame and create some beautiful cards or something like that. Fine. Whatever you wish to. So metallic, something like this. Just look into these designs. Okay, something like this you can create by yourself. Metallic. Okay, you have something called as silhouette. Okay, silhouette. Usually it is taken. Silhouette is nothing but the shadow version of the person or something like that. Shadow version. For example, if you want to have a shadow version of the some frames like men shadow, you can just write silhouette men silhouette or something like that. You can use it as a background. Fine. Silhouette, you can take the videos as well. If you are creating a video, you can take the silhouette of the man and create a beautiful video as well. Okay, so we call it as a silhouette, wherein there is a just the shadow. The next thing, illustrations. Okay, illustrations are usually, come on, please try this and see. I just want you all to make use of these graphic names I'm telling you. These are nothing but the what we say, the designs of something, some stuff. That's all. Illustrations are design. You can go ahead with the graphics and see how many beautiful illustrations you'll get. Whatever you want, whichever illustration you want, you can get it here in hand. Okay, usually the gold backgrounds, gold things, okay, are put up here. You can just select those and see. Okay, gold. Write this down. At least 5 to 6 are done by now, right? Okay. Then there are something called as realistic background. Here, if you want something like this, gold colored, gold borders, you'll get it all here. Fine, gold colored, gold bordering, gold flowers, gold crown, gold banners, Just look into this design, gold balloons. Okay, so whatever you want of the gold, you'll get it. Just write gold and see. Okay, the next thing, realistic. Realistic. I'm writing it all for you. Please make sure you're noting it down because you're going to serve your clients in the future, inshallah. So realistic is nothing but you'll get the realistic feel of the things that you want to put in the frame. That's all. Photos, you have realistic background photos. And then you have mesh. Okay, mesh is also very important. Whenever you're doing it for the technology kind of feel, you will get it here. So yeah, in the photos, you have mesh kind of backgrounds. If you want to do create some graphics with the mesh, you can go ahead with this stuff. Mesh, I mean the technology kind of graphics you're creating, you can go ahead with the mesh. Okay, there's something called as half tone as well. These are the half tones. You can use this half tones, okay? Half tones, write it, HALFTONES, half tones. Please write all of these stuffs. You have to write this, fine? Okay. Now I'll just make you write. Please write this stuff. Gradient. Gradient is already done, but I want you to write this, fine? Gradient. Mesh is done, right? Glossy. You know, there are so many beautiful glossy backgrounds. You just write it, glossy background. The next thing, glitter. Come on, please make it sooner. I just want you to, let's see if you are done writing. You have to tell me how much total numbering you have written, fine? Total of number of the background names you have written at the end, okay? Glossy is done, glitter is done, then rose gold. Today we have learned about rose gold. For invitation cards, this is ideal. This is very important. Okay, wavy lines or wavy backgrounds. Remember that's wavy. Holograms is going excellent. Please make sure you're writing this. Blot, BLOT. Come on, write this. Arrows, if you want to use arrows, you have hundreds of arrow kind of feel here. Okay, shadow, the element called shadow. I have told you in the previous session, drop shadow. Okay, shadow, come on, drop shadow. Please write this down. And also the blur, okay, blur. I want you to write this, blur stuff. Okay, if you want to blur things around, you can just put a blur upon it. Okay, frames, hopefully you know how to use the frames, right? Then the patterns, whichever patterns, Islamic pattern you want, whatever patterns you want, you'll get the patterns in the pattern frame. Okay, you also have something called as outline. Come on, please write this stuff. Okay, then next thing, Polaroid. The next thing, freeform. There are freeform tools. You can just write freeform and see. There are so many stuffs like this, and something like that. Put up inside the freeform. Okay, those are something written. Okay, written. You can just make use of those freeform tools. And then the blobs. Today itself we have used it, right? Then the doodle version. Doodles. You will get some doodles there. Okay, then scribbles. Scribbles are there over there. You can just make use of all this stuff. Okay, come on, please make sure you're writing this. Then the curves. You will get some beautiful curves in the this one. Okay, the post. You know, post. If you want to have a fake post generated, you can just write this post format. If there's a saying by someone so important, you'll have the post in the Instagram post or something like that. You can just write post mockup. Okay, post mockup in the elements and see how beautiful you can get that. Post mockup. Okay, please write this down. Let me see how much at the end of this session you will tell me how many you are done writing with. Okay, fading. Okay, you have something called as fading. Next thing, shimmer. You have something called as shimmer. You have something called as stars. Okay, transparent backgrounds. You have something called as transparent backgrounds. Please write this down. Backgrounds. Okay, drop shadow is done. Round shadow if you want. Rectangular shadow if you want. Satin backgrounds. There are so many excellent satin backgrounds. Okay, then borders if you want, you can go ahead with the borders and change the colors, whichever you want you can mention. Curves is done, shapes done, labels is already done. Geo shapes, usually geo shapes or geometrical shapes are excellently put up. If you want, you can take it. Okay, then abstract background. Okay, abstract background, wavy background, texture background. These three are important: abstract, wavy, okay, and then texture background, and this gradient background. Yesterday we have discussed about it. In previous session we have discussed it. And also neon background. Okay, and then if you want more such elements like neon elements, you'll get neon elements. And the comic backgrounds, right? Comic backgrounds. We have been using the comic backgrounds. Then what more? Headers and footers. Okay, headers and footers are very important. Header, footer. Okay, The last two, ink splash, please write this, ink splash kind of feel, and half tones, okay, half tones, fine. All of these, dear sisters and brothers, are the elements that are very, very important. Elements and graphics that are important. I just want you all to make a note about it. And if you're done taking the note, please tell me how many elements have you written in the chat box. Come on. How many elements have you written? If you're done taking a note, please let me know how many elements have you written, have you taken down. Mashallah. Barakallahu feek, dear sister Fatima Nisa. Alhamdulillah, 44 elements I've told you all. I just want you all to take a note about it, and inshallah tomorrow I'll tell you some of the template keyword names, because these are very important when you are into the journey of the providing services, inshallah. So take care of yourselves, dear sisters and brothers. Alhamdulillah, we're done with today's session. Inshallah, with the spirit to learn more, let's all be gathered together in tomorrow's session as well, because tomorrow's session is quite important, wherein you're going to learn video editing with Canva, okay? So make sure you are attending tomorrow's session. Tomorrow you are going to learn some important aspects of editing, inshallah. Take care of yourselves. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum.